Yeah, so base camp was huge. There were tons of canvas tents everywhere. A wonderful sight, beautiful mountains in the background, big fluffy clouds. There was a lot of staff there with some really good food. It was basically the preparation before you get stranded in the middle of nowhere. So it was pretty big and pretty cool.
So our itinerary was for 35 miles, but we were on there for about 42 because they made a mistake towards the last day, which didn't help with that. I mean, they were pretty good. The first day, like I said, was probably one of our most strenuous just because it was the first. But I think it definitely got us like mentally prepared for the rest of the trip. The second day was sort of more of the same, but wasn't as bad. Third day was pretty fun. If I remember correctly, that's when we did the whole socks and Crocs thing.
In all fairness, there was a lot of really great times on the trail. There was a lot of times that were a little bit not so great, but we were talking about the great times. One of the biggest highlights is there was, I think it was your crew that was down at the bottom of the valley, and my crew, or Allison's crew, I should say, was up at the top, and we sang Juice Moose back and forth, and we were like 1,000 foot difference, but we could hear each other clear as day. That was a huge highlight because it was really great. It was unfortunate we didn't see the third crew because they went south, but we saw you guys, and it was really neat meeting up with you. And we've been a couple of days since we'd seen you, and so that was a highlight. Some of the sunrises, sunsets, the views when we were cresting ridges. When you're kind of down in the valleys, you're kind of like down the valley. There's not a whole lot going on, but when you were up top and you could see for 20, 30, 40 miles, absolutely magnificent vistas.
The views were gorgeous. You were either looking over hundreds of mountains or you were staring up at the starry night sky. The sunrises, sunsets were beautiful. It's just a gorgeous scenery. No city lights anywhere. The views did get harder as the days went by because then we had a huge hailstorm that just pounded us and felt like bullets hitting our head. But other than that, it was beautiful. It was the view. So before you cross a river, if you're backpacking, you're supposed to take off your hiking boots and you're supposed to put on water shoes. This is so that you don't get water in your socks and your boots and in your feet and you don't develop blisters or anything like that, because those are just a pain and you don't want those. And getting water in your shoes is an easy way to, start that up. But we had to cross like 5 or 6 river crossings while it was raining. Which obviously you don't want to stop in front of a river crossing if it's raining, because then you're just going to get soaked anyways. So we just took our boots off and put our water shoes on with our socks, and we just hiked in Crocs and socks for about 3 miles through a lot of mud and rivers. It was fun.
I'm alive! Oh, it's nice and cold. That's great.
A memorable experience would probably be some of the activities we did while we were at the campsites. So for our second camp at Peniel, we were Western shooting, so we're using Colt 45s. We were using a pump action rifle, double barrel shotgun, very interesting. And then on the third camping trip, when we went to basically a petting zoo, stupid goat wandered into our camp, started chewing everything that we had. So after we poked and prodded it, trying to get it away, I eventually picked it up and brought it to another campsite. I was like, you have the goat now. So yeah, that was probably my favorite part, just the activities you can do at the camp. And also the cool scenery too. That was fun.
Stars on my map at night, and if you come to get me in my